Good evening and welcome to Word of Mouth Reviews, coming to you from the Melbourne International Comedy Festival 2011. We have a group of reviewers who've been out and about, doing the hard yards, looking at the shows and checking out what's going on at this year's festival. We're going to talk to Steve first to see what's been happening in his world of reviews.
For Word of Mouth Reviews, I want to thank Mistress M for the opportunity of joining forces for this festival. We're not doing any of the live shows at the moment. We're going to try this at YouTube and see how we go. The first show I wanted to talk about was a show that is a bit of a favourite of mine. She did really well last year, got a nomination for the Moosehead Awards and has done really well, and that's Geraldine Quinn. Last year's show was called Shut Up and Sing, and really pushed her forward into more of the mainstream and more people listening to her in the musical comedy sort of thing. And she was really, really good, did an awesome show. And this year, You're the Voice, Songs for the Ordinary by Anthomaniac, which is very difficult to say, but it's a spectacularly great musical comedy show. She's got a number of different amazing songs, as well as a festival rock opera, about 8 minutes worth. Really, really funny. Definitely worth going to see just for that. The two biggest questions I had from people who were talking to them outside was, one, they all loved her shoes, and secondly, they all wanted her CD. They wanted to do this as a recording, sort of AK tripod sort of style, and I think it would work really well like that. It's an amazingly good songs. We are going to be doing an interview with her. We spoke to her the other night, and we're just going to do a quick 3-4 minutes with her one night during the week, so that'll be available on the YouTube. The second one is done by 2/3 of one of my favourite groups, comedy groups, and that is Tegan and Adam McKenzie, Tegan Higginbotham, Botham, sorry, in Watson, the Super Secret Awesome Show. This and Geraldine are my two favourite shows so far this festival. What they're able to do in this is just amazing. If you like the Hound show, every film ever made, it's in that sort of style. And Adam does some kickbacks to that, which were really very, very funny. You don't have to be in with the jokes to get it. It's really well. I really enjoy Adam's work. He's more of that physical sort of comedian, and Tegan is going to be an awesome entertainer. She's got that serious side. She's obviously done a lot of writing towards this show. Adam's more off the cuff and doing more, not improvised, but maybe throws a few things in that scares Tegan. And the look on their faces is hilarious. The night that we were there, Robert was also in the audience, and you could just hear him swearing every so often when Adam did something. So it was just added to it for people who know the Hounds and enjoy their work. But they're really, really good show. Definitely worth going to see. So very, very funny. That's at the Vic Hotel as well, that one. The third show I wanted to speak about was Anyone for Tennis. Now, the guys at Anyone for Tennis, I've only seen them a couple of times. Last year they did Baracus, Birdcage, Gramophone and Lamp. This year the Prepare to be Tuned was much easier to say and much easier to find out. But the song, again, I'm a big musical comedian fan, and the guys did really well. They had a couple of throwbacks and that type of thing from other shows that I'd seen last year, and that was really good. The Giant Penguin is hilarious, it always is, and the music was really well done. Good interaction with the audience, and a really good show worth going to see. So if you like musical comedy, definitely Geraldine or Anyone for Tennis would be high on my list of going back to see. Now, also the last one I'm just going to touch on was Claudia O'Doherty. She did Monsters of the Deep last year, and it was a breakout show for her. Got a lot of people interested in her. This show is another step in the right direction. She's done really, really well. it's more of a unique taste, this one, which it's my sort of taste, so I got it pretty well, and it was really good. It was very, very dry, and a bit more unusual. But if you like that type of thing, she's definitely worth going to see. This is the show's called What is Soil Erosion, and it's basically a TV show that she's pitched that goes over, I think it was 12 or 15 years, and it was condensed into a 1 hour show, and it was really, really well done, and I think she'll have a lot of interest this year. So they're the 3 shows that we're talking about, that I've talked about. For more information, just go to the website, wordofmouthreviews.com, and look forward to talking to you soon.
Thank you, Steve. And now let's hear from Beck and what she's seen so far.
Thanks, Mistress M. The shows that I've seen this week, while there are more, I've seen more than I'm actually going to talk about tonight, but the first one that I want to talk about is something I saw on the very first night of the festival. He's fairly new, I think only last year was his first comedy festival show. Name's Ryan Coffey. The show is called Live and Stupider. The current toy for the comedian seems to be the effects pedal and the looping machine. He is the master of it. If you're going to see anyone do it, see Ryan Coffey do it. He's also musical comedy. He tends to build the loops up and then sing over the top of them. It's quite amazing just to see on stage, and of course inevitably with something that technical, he also there is the laughs, which is just because he's stuffed up somewhere along the way. He's hit the wrong note, which doesn't happen too often, just enough that you go, well, it's worth seeing it being set up just because he has to start again. The songs are fantastic. Even sometimes mid-song, he will set up further looping within the program. It is really wonderful to see that the songs are original, and actually sometimes, even though he is mainly musical comedy, I seem to enjoy the talking moments between the songs even more. He set things up brilliantly. The stories really led into the songs well. I would genuinely check him out if you can. Another comedian that I saw, which really surprised me, Asher Treleaven. He's doing a show this year called Matador. I've heard a lot about him in the past, and he has always come across to me as maybe more of a physical, slapstick style comedian. Not really my sort of thing, but I thought I'm going to give him a try. I keep on hearing wonderful things about him. I'll go and see him. Really wasn't at all what I expected. He came out again doing the very physical slapstick style character driven comedy, but then he just sort of switched personas almost in an instant and the show was really about racism, and he was talking about racists. And Ash has always been someone that I've always thought of, rather than being an absurdist comedian, he managed to switch into this really quite heavy comedy, stand-up comedy, and then within an instant would just switch back to that just for maybe 30 seconds, and then once again would flip back to the darker stuff just to sort of break up the tension. It was really, really interesting to see, and it was not anything like I expected. It was an absolutely fantastic show. The final comedian and show I want to talk about this evening is Michael Chamberlain. A little show called Things I Haven't Done. Michael stepped away from doing festivals for a couple of years due to TV commitments, and last year he came back with a show that, while it was good, it wasn't as strong as this year's show. So far, this is the only show that I've seen that I want to go back and see again. It is just a brilliant thing. He talks about various activities that he'd never done, thought he'd give it a shot this year, just because he hadn't done it and wanted a bit of an adventure in his life. He manages to combine the story into one show very, very well. It all ties up thematically at the end. There are no loose moments in the show that you wonder what was he thinking? Not what was he thinking, but that he never finished that idea off. It all comes in and ties in together just really nicely with the theme of the show. I would definitely be going back to see this one. It was really good. I think that's all I have for this evening. Hopefully we'll see you again. Well, you'll see me again. And if you see any of us around at the festival, just stop us. We are always willing to offer our opinions, any suggestions. Even if you have suggestions of shows that you've seen and you thought were really good, we can't see every show on the festival. So, yeah, please help us out and we can try and help you out.
So far this festival there hasn't been too much scandal, apart from the fact that AngryAussie is not directing any shows at all. This is apparently due to the incident. Now, if anyone out there knows what the incident is, please report to Mistress M as soon as possible. And if you have any gossip or any news about what's going on at the festival and you'd like me to talk about it in front of people on the YouTube, write to us immediately at Word of Mouth Reviews.